And welcome to week number 3 of the South Jersey football season. Marc Narducci and Phil Anastasia. And Phil, 2 Inquirer top 5 teams kicking it off. Millville at St Augustine, 6 o'clock Friday night.
Should be a good one, Mark. Should be a very good one. Actually, I think it's the game of the week. St Augustine, a team started slowly, took it on the chin against Malvern Prep in 0 week. But you know, it's a measure of a team how you deal with adversity, and they've bounced back strong since then. Very impressive win over Williamstown last week, so they got it rolling a little bit, but this is a big challenge for them. Millville defending South Jersey Group 5 champions, a lot of guys back, Clayton Scott, Marcial Ramos, and this is a rivalry game. I mean, these are two West Jersey Continental teams. St Augustine won 41-21 last year, so I'm sure the Thunderbolts remember that. It's a big game in this division, Mark. But even more than that, I think it's a big game in terms of 2 of the better programs in all of South Jersey, seeing where they stack up.
Yeah. Well, last year, Burlington Township went 9-2. One of the losses, 20-3 to Lenape. Now they meet again. Both of them 2-0, Phil. It should be a great matchup.
This is a Capital Division game, and I think these two and RV really are the 3 teams that are jostling for that Capital Division race. You're right. Burlington Township has played very well. They haven't matched up with Lenape. Last year, Lenape controlled the line of scrimmage, kind of tossed them around a little bit. Tom Madera, after the game, said physically we just couldn't match up to them. So that'll be the challenge for Burlington Township this week. Can they physically match up to a Lenape team that's back playing Lenape football? Very physical, running the ball, JoJo Kellum, controlling the line of scrimmage with guys like Aaron Acosta. So it's a little bit of a clash of styles in Burlington Township, a little bit more of a speed, finesse team. Lenape more of a physical, grinded out team, but a big game in this division and a big game for both teams in terms of playoff seeding, because there's going to be a lot of power points on the line. These teams both are going to win a lot of games.
Yeah. 2 teams coming off losses to West Jersey Football League Colonial teams. It's Holy Cross and Cinnaminson. Phil, this has major division implications for these 1-on-1 teams.
And we talked about, you know, a measure of a team, how do you bounce back? And that's the question for both of these teams. Holy Cross had a hard time with Haddonfield. Cinnaminson lost a tough one to Sterling. But the great opportunity here is that both of them are right back in a huge division game and a rivalry game. So it's kind of, I think, a little bit easier for these guys to turn the page. They know they got a huge game in front of them. The team that wins this game is going to be 2-0 in the division, Mark, and really, I think, in position to win this division. So a lot on the line for both clubs in this game.
Yeah, and Cinnaminson already with a win over Willingboro, right. So that's key. In another game, I don't know if it's going to be a close one, but it's an interesting team. Camden Catholic, who's kind of been a little under the radar, 2-0 against Winslow Township. Boy, the Irish are really rolling.
But yeah, I don't know how they get under the radar. You know, number 3 in the rankings and 24 in a row against South Jersey opponents. But yeah, Irish are really rolling. Marcus Hillman, Rob McCoy, those guys playing at a real high level. And here they are in a game against a Winslow team. I think it's a little bit dangerous because of their explosiveness. Their quarterback, Prince Drew Bray, terrific playmaker, coming off a big game where he threw 5 touchdown passes against Cumberland. So on paper, this is a Camden Catholic victory, clearly. But I think this is an interesting game in that Winslow has playmakers. They got some confidence. They got some momentum from last week. Could be a good one.
And this is just part 1. We'll be back with part 2, including a number of interesting Saturday games. For Phil Anastasia, Marc Narducci for Philly.com.